I am Carl from Print Studios. I am CEO of the company and I started it 2020. And everything I do revolves around making these games.
Making these epic games.
They're truly epic.
They are, indeed.
Thank you guys. But you see, so now
these went up again.
So these are no longer sort of negative RTP to reroll, because basically the way that the game works is that when you already have a lot of balls, it's even better to get another ball. That's why it might feel a bit unintuitive that like it gets cheaper when there's not a whole lot of balls, and it gets more expensive when you already have like a 99. That's because like if you have 99 and you push that up to 150, because of the progressive nature of the average wins of the different stages in the bonus, it will be even more valuable to get another ball when you already have 150 balls, etc.
So is it any special like feature that I want in this one, or like is the bouncers OP, or is it, how does it?
We've tried to keep them somewhat balanced, you know, like the bouncers are really good because they almost guarantee that you get to the next stage. What I think is the best is like the combinations. So if you get like, you know, the barriers pushing out towards the enhanced buckets or something like that. But all of that sort of starts to come into real effect in the later stages. Again, especially when you're, you know, on stream and you have like a fucking 133k balance, you're obviously looking for the big wins. But when you're playing yourself, you might even appreciate that, you know, like you get golden ball on the second stage and you, know, you hit it and you get like 100x and it's like, okay, that was still a nice boost for the balance.
There's the 100x coming in.
But
it's not. But I think it's really nice, at least. I like that it's something different compared to the other ones. And it feels like it makes sense to make some type of new environment as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was because right away we knew that this game was going to release on, you know, December. So we were like, oh shit, we have to make another winter game. But then we felt we already did that with Pineapple 2, and we don't want to make the same things twice. Like, you know, the whole studio runs on inspiration and, you know, like the fun of making what we dream could be the best game of the whole of, you know, ever. So making the same thing twice is
it's not
just
that much fun.
No. All right, I want to answer. Iope had a question. What is the sort of vision and idea for Print Studios going forward over the next years? I mean, to be honest, it's quite similar to what we're already doing in the sense that we're always trying to make, you know, the best game ever, and that's gonna continue. We're gonna stay like a small studio that makes few games but with very high quality and with quite a lot of room for sort of innovation, which you normally don't have in a lot of slot studios because they have to release so many games every single year. That said, fun. I think it's also fun to do these kind of series and sequels and sort of expand the different mechanics that we've put together and like to make them even cooler, because I think a lot of them they don't come come alive until you make something amazing with them.
Put
Have you thought about implementing the leaderboard, like a replay?
Yeah, we really want to do that, but we have right now, we only have Relax as our platform.
And if they do, then
we will.
Then you get it as well.
Unless they're really greedy and just want to keep it for themselves.
No, but you get it
but
automatically.
We would obviously try to get it, and you know, because we really want to have replay functionality, because it really suits our games as well. Like there's always a lot of potential that can trigger after you play a long time rather than just like the one.
And it gives it like the, what do you say? A factor of like actually showing that it has the potential to pay what it says it can pay. You know?
I mean, that would be fun, Hans, but it's really difficult to make skill-based slots be fun because it's like as soon as you don't do the perfect strat, then what? You're just losing money. So that can't be difficult. I mean, it's just like.
Then you cannot win on anything.
You don't want to make a game.
Then I can't win on shit.
Exactly. You want a game. You don't want to make games only for Jesus. You want to make them for Anti as well.
I gotta have a chance as well.
Yeah. Question from Frog Nipple. What's your stance on God mode, and that is something that you would consider in your slots? It's not really on the agenda, to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of God mode because I really love seeing amazing max wins that play out with crazy mechanics, and seeing those mechanics sort of come together in the most unexpected, crazy way. That's awesome to me. So, in the God mode,
you don't even get to see like the game.
No, it all kind of just.
I mean, it gets spoiled. Like
it's too degen. It's not so.
It's very degen, and it spoils like the what do you say? How it's gonna pay out the max win if you have a God mode. But,
I mean, for me, it's also like you're only gonna get that lucky. Let's say you're only gonna get that lucky once in your life or something like that. But yeah, so chat, what do you want to see for the next Prince Studios sequel?
The Reapers, they said before. I saw someone wrote about. Not more potato for Sebbe now.
That's it.
He's banned from the potato now.
Cash Defense, Reapers.
Yeah, I was about to say
Cash Defense. I would have liked as well.
Had Sebbe as a character. He's gonna
he can be the potato. He can be the potato expanding. Sebbe.
Yeah.
In a Prince Studios cap.
We're gonna have to pay 50% of our revenue.
The royalties going straight into Sebbe's pocket.
Holy hand grenade too.
The hand grenade is that one is really
nice.
That's
actually one of our favorites. Still.
But you didn't think about because this is something different compared to the second one. That you get the features before, and then you always start with the same amount of balls, depending on what extra features you get though.
Then, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you just it made more sense to make it this way with the added features that you first gamba for the added features instead of getting it while actually like spinning.
Yeah, exactly. It was a way to connect these two sort of desires that we had, that was to make us less dependent on overcharge and also allow for many different
that's really nice.
But that is also why we call it Pondo Plinko and not Pino Plinko 3, because it's not exactly Pino Plinko thing. There could maybe still be room for a Pino Plinko 3 somewhere down the line where we, kind of keep a little bit more of that structure. But right now I feel like this is really fun because
something different as well.
Yeah. Synergized UK. The thing is, like, in the European Union and most places you can't really patent mechanics in video games or in slots or almost anything like that. So you can't really patent the behavior of the game. Just like, you can't put a pattern on Frostbolt if you play World of Warcraft, and you can't put a pattern on like multipliers or even super spinners is like, technically, I shouldn't say this, but like it's not really possible to patent the actual thing, but you can trademark the whole idea.
Which one is the most popular one?
So it has been Pino Plinko 2, now it's Pondo Plinko, and then it's been Royal Potato 2 and Holy Hand Grenade has been doing. It's hard to say, like, because Holy Hand Grenade is still doing really well, and Royal Potato 1 is still doing really well, and those games have had such a long time, so we'll see, but lately it's been Pino Plinko 2 has been doing really well. Eldritch, I feel like, again, I was telling the guys, we could have done that launch a lot better, because I think, like, that game, it was so much work that half the game wasn't made before it leaked out to like review sites and etc., which kind of puts a little bit of a on the whole launch for such a big production. Also, in retrospect, I think I could have come up with better ideas to make it a little bit faster, so that you wouldn't have to wait so long before you kind of get the cash. That I think could have made that game even better.
We'd like the option to be able to buy 4 and 5 scales like a super buy. Was that something you had in mind?
Yeah, it's a good idea, T-Box. We didn't kind of have time to think about it almost, to go that far. But I think it's an interesting idea. Some people have also had the idea of, what if you could buy so that you would get many balls right away. But then again, you already kind of have that with the rerolls, in a sense, like that's what they're made for.
It's just that it's gonna cost quite a lot as well, right? And then it's gonna be 4 scatters and it's gonna be 5, just like the no limits, and then it's gonna be
expensive.
It's kind of nice to have it like this, in my opinion, that it's random. like. You buy it, just like on Immortal.
Okay.
Yeah.
You buy it and then randomly it can be a super bonus.
Yeah. The next one after this one is gonna be called... Whoa! Big Stack Lumberjack. And it's a bit of a different type of game for us. It's gonna be a little bit more... it's quite different from this one. It's not gonna be super complicated and stuff like that. High octane kind of game. Our biggest competitor replaced one.
You start it, I guess.
No, I start that one.
I would say it's probably Prague, because I don't know exactly how much money everybody's making, but it's hard to say. I mean, Prague makes very different games compared to us, but they're quite aggressive in their like sort of marketing strategies and stuff like that to sort of take up as much space as they possibly can. Everybody wants to take a lot of space. It's not, but they've always been very aggressive in that sense, and it's very difficult for us to compete when they have like, you know, hundreds of salespeople that are just like targeting the operators, and we have
many
like
people work. 2
people because in
they
Prince
like
it's a very
billion.
small little a small team with a lot of yeah.
Me and Hugge can start to work for you guys.
Yeah.
And then you're only.
I mean, I hear that like there's a free bonanza now on stealing employees from AboutSlots. All right, but thanks guys. This was really fun.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah,
man.
definitely. We love it when you join in, Kalle.
Grab some food next time and.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
That would be sick.
Send the Fille our best regards as well.
Will do. And you guys stay in control.
We stay on low degen.
Yeah.
Low degen levels, as if.